there! You found Queen Bee Crafts, my channel all about my crafting life. My name is Eve, my pronouns are she, her, and this is Flosstube number 7. Today is February 8th, 2024, and I am super excited to show you all everything that I've been working on in the past 3-ish weeks. I had a very, very productive 3 weeks, so I have lots to show. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to start with some of my new starts. I had 4 in the last couple of weeks. A couple of big projects, a couple of small projects, some things that I haven't talked about yet, so it's really exciting. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump on in. I'm going to do things a little bit differently this episode. I'm going to try to do a little bit more editing in terms of adding pictures, so that you can see better the projects that I'm working on, and hopefully not get as much glare, get a little bit more detail, and yeah. So first things first is this lovely chart from GeckoRouge. This is a GeckoRouge kit. It's of a artwork by Medusa Dollmaker. It's called Cosmic Lover, and this is going to be my first big full coverage project. I decided to start this one on January 17th because my birthday is on the 17th of September, but I wanted to start this on January 17th so that I can work on it a little bit every month, and especially on the 17th of each month, to try and get a little bit more progress before my birthday. So I have only just gotten a little start, and this is where I'm at so far. So I did a top left-hand corner start, and I'm using 28 count Easy Grid Lugana that I got with the kit. I picked the 2/2 version, but I decided, wow, that was going to be huge, and I have no wall space to put that up, so I changed to use 1 strand over 1 full cross on the 28 count Lugana. And I like how tiny it is. It is absolutely adorable. And I have this giant piece of fabric, and it's only going to take up like half of this now, so that's exciting. So again, Cosmic Lover by Medusa Dollmaker and GeckoRouge. Unfortunately, GeckoRouge no longer carries Medusa Dollmaker's artwork. However, you can find her on Etsy, and she's selling the PDF versions of these charts. So, you know, unfortunately, you wouldn't get the full kit. So, pros and cons, but you can still purchase these artworks to do as full coverage pieces. So that's my first new start. My second new start is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I'm not sure how many of you are following them, keeping up to date, but they started a new stitch along. It's called Enchanted Realms, and none of the other Caterpillar Cross Stitch charts have really called to me, but I do love all things fantasy and magic and fairies and mermaids and all those fun things. So I was like, I think this is gonna be up my alley, stitch along wise. So I purchased the PDF version of this stitch along as well as the matching needle minder. However, I didn't get the full kit because I wanted to do this on my own count of fabric, and I already had the DMCs in my stash. So I decided to do my project on 18 count light, very light pewter Ada. This is the same fabric that I'm doing my modern folk embroidery piece on, and this is where I am so far. I apologize for the hoop mark. And this is the matching Needleminder that came with the kit, and this is where I am so far. I will pop up a picture of the part that's released so far, but I'm really enjoying it. These dragons are just absolutely darling. I love them. There are 3. I haven't started the 3rd one yet. That one's a purple dragon. So I will name them once I have all 3 in and completed, and I am very close to completing this section. But I need to work on this some more so that I get that done before the next release of the pattern, which is on the 22nd. And I guess I can show you the colors too. They're so beautiful. The only one I'm a little bit worried about is this blue is a little bit close to my fabric color, especially since I'm stitching 1/1 on 18 count. But it is what it is. I think enough of the colors show that that is not that huge of a deal. It probably will be when, you know, more of the pattern releases, but for now I am okay with the way that it is. So, and I started that one on January 27th. Even though the pattern released on the 25th, I wasn't able to start it that day. Yeah, so my next start, I started on February 1st. I'll pop up a picture. This is Moon Moth. This is a free pattern from DMC. I've decided to do this one on 18 count black Ada. I'm doing 1/1 with the call for DMC. And this is where I am so far. Ooh, hold on. I need something for behind. I need to get a board. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna track down a board. Give me 1 second. Okay. So my diamond painting light pad is going to pull double duty today. This is Moon Moth. And I've gotten a ton accomplished in the last week on this one. I don't know what I was doing when I cut my fabric, because I do not have enough margin up here to add the moons and enough margin down here to add the stars. So I might just leave this one as is. I'll finish it into a small hoop or something. And I think I might give it as a gift. But I do want to do this one again in full with the moons and stars. So I have this one set up now that all these are just easy fill-in spots for zooms, or I might take this to retreat in October. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll have it linger that long, but we'll see. So yeah, Moon Moth by DMC. And I will show you my colors. And again, 1/1 on the 18 count. Alright, last new start is another free pattern, but this one's from Modern Folk Embroidery. It's called Mother's Day, however, I think the pattern, if it didn't have the words on it, and I'll put a picture here for y'all, screams Valentine's Day. So I am going to omit the words on this one and stitch it as a Valentine's Day piece. And here is where I've gotten to so far. So just a little bit of the top border and the 2 hearts at the top. I think it's looking really great so far. I'm stitching this 1/2. This is 36 count Brenda's Brew by R&R Reproductions, and I'm using Classic Colorworks Wild Berries. And yeah, I'm really liking how it's looking so far. And those are my new starts. Alright, so now I can talk about the things that I worked on my WIPs. So that's works in progress. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 WIPs. 8 WIPs and 4 new starts. 12 projects in the last 3 weeks, which is kind of crazy, but I'm not complaining. So let's take a look at those. The first project that I worked on in the last couple of weeks is the Stardew Valley map by ChiChiZeKitty. I'll put a picture of it here. And while I get this out, I will then also stick a picture of where it was the last time y'all saw it. And here I am now. So I did another block up here. Actually, I think I did 1, 2, 3 blocks. And it's looking good so far. I was really excited to get into some of these greens, because, you know, I like yellow, but a lot of yellow. So if you've never seen this project before, this is 16 count Easy Grid Ada, and I'm doing 2/1 with the Call for DMC, and I'm stitching each, I'm gonna fold this, hold on, each 100 by 100 block individually, and then when I finish a block, I'm counting over 1 and parking in the second block over in that particular block that I just finished stitching. And then once I stitch over the backs of these, I will trim the next set of blocks, threads off, and they will be held in place by what is stitched over in the back. So this looks like a mess, the back kind of looks like a mess, but I don't really care. So yeah, Stardew Valley map is looking good so far. Okay. Next WIP is No Time Like the Present by Modern Folk Embroidery. Their 2024 stitch along. I'm really I'm happy with the progress I made. I'm not super happy with where I started. I don't know what I was doing with my margin, but this is where I am so far. I'll pop up a picture of where I was previously. You're not going to be able to see the whole thing. Hold this like this, and maybe we can get both in the shot. And I'll come in close so you can see. I'm using DMC 3847. Yeah, and 3849. And I think it looks really good so far. Again, this is the 18 count, very light pewter Ada. And I need to work on this again, probably today, because I don't want to say I didn't finish January section, because I extended it a little bit, I think by 100 stitches additional, or 1,000 stitches additional, or whatever, because the chart is split up into like 200, 200, 200 block height sections, and I made mine 300 to account for days that I wouldn't stitch on it. But, you know, it looks like I'm behind now because February is part of the way over, and I haven't even technically started on the February section. But like most stitch alongs tend to become, it will probably be a start along, and I will finish it when I finish it, but there's a good chance that I keep up with it a chunk of the way, and maybe it'll get done, you know, February or March of next year. We'll see. Anywho, so next project is PokeAll. This is a free pattern from Lord Libidan. Looks like this. And this is where I was the last time you all saw this project. And this is where I am now. So I definitely added a lot more in, I think, Sandshrew. This is so heavy. Oh, I can't even hold it properly to point things. This is Sandshrew, and I know I filled him in and I added a little bit more outlining to everything. And this was a project that I worked on for January's 24 Hours of Cross Stitch weekend. Unfortunately, I didn't hit 24 hours, but I did get probably, if I remember correctly, it's in my Instagram stories, like 8 hours on this project. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing my projects for 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, head over to my Instagram, which is just Queen Bee Crafts, and in my highlights you'll see the little bubble for January 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. So yeah, PokeAll by Lord Libidan. That is a monster project. It's going to take me, at the rate I'm going, at least 4 years. Maybe we can cut that down, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Alright, next up is Winter Bird. This is by Heart and Hand, and I've started to stitch along for this one. It looks like this. I have all of the seasons of these birds, and I've started the Stitch Along Season of the Bird, Sal. and this is where it was the last time y'all saw it. And here I am now. So it's really cute. I'm doing a lot of outlining so that I can then just fill in. I definitely added more to the snowman. And yeah. I'm stitching this 1/2 on 36 count platinum. And I'm using mostly called for fancy floss. However, I subbed out the Weeks Dye Works for Gentle Art, and I switched the Weeks for Gentle Art Pine, Old Red Paint, Onyx, and Nutmeg. Here are those colors. All right. And then I stitched on Candie by Whittier.Stitches, art by Culpeper. And this was another one that I worked on for 24 hours of cross stitch. So here is what this lovely lady will look like, and where I was last time. I think I was able to show you where I was last time. If not, here she is. This is 32 count gingerbread by Picture This Plus. I'm stitching 2/2 with the Moth DMC. And she's looking so good so far. Let's see if I put this board behind here, if that changes how this looks. Ooh. Those dress colors, they're so good. So if you're interested in this pattern, she is free over on Cats Go Fi. I will link that down below. And also, if you don't follow Whittier.Stitches, go check her out. She's got some awesome projects, and she's a lot of fun. All right, Candie, thank you for being beautiful. Slip back into your bag now, thank you. And I'm keeping her in this beautiful bag that Kat made for me. I need to ask her if I buy some fabric and send it to her, if she'll make me a bag that's big enough for an 11 by 11 Q-snap. So Kat, yes? Alright. Next project. I worked on PokeAll and Candie predominantly for 24 hours of cross stitch, but I worked on like a couple of small projects for like 1 or 2 hours a piece, and I spun my Tiny Decisions wheel with all my whips on it to pick those projects. And so the first one that I picked was Snowy Reindeer by Cottage Needleworks. This is what it looks like. And this is where I was the last time y'all saw this project. And here I am now. This is probably one I should have ironed before showing y'all. It's fine. So this one is stitched 1/2 on 36 count fog lifter from our reproductions, and I'm using the Call for DMC, and it calls for a fancy floss for these trees. I think it calls for Shutter Green. I switched to Gentle Art Cucumber. And that is where that one is. I need to get those little clips. Actually, I have some, but they're away right now, so that I can clip it to this board. And I will show you the colors for this one. Just a couple colors of DMC and this Gentle Art. That is Snowy Reindeer. And next I worked on Made Fresh by Shannon Christine Designs. Looks like this. I'm working this one on 18 count earthen by Picture This Plus. This is where I was last time and where I am now. I'm stitching 1/1 with the DMC conversion because this one is called for in Fancy Floss. And it's looking so close to a finish, but I do have all of this border work. I don't know if you can see it down here. There's all this white border work to do still. So it looks close, but I still have quite a bit left on this one. So, and also the mug. I have to do the mug, but I'm leaving that to last because it has the least amount of counting. So, less brain power. And this is my colors for this project. If they want to untangle themselves. There they are. And last project that I worked on is the antique scissors and spools from Shakespeare's Peddler that I'm doing as a round robin with Kat of Whittier.Stitches, Stephanie of Cross Stitch the Globe, and Jordan of Needle House. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done, and where it was the last time that I showed this, and where I am now. And we're going to put this on the board. Goodness gracious, that's a lot of hoop marks. I am so sorry. I will attempt to iron this one before I show it next time. So yeah, I'm doing this one on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha, and this is Gentle Art Banker's Gray. Each of these projects, the other ladies want their project stitched in one particular color. I am asking that they stitch their sections in the colors that they're using for their projects, so I get a very special multicolored project back. These are going to ship out the end of March, I think, if I remember correctly, and so I need to finish this, or at least my section, as quickly as possible, because I have other projects happening the rest of this month and March, so the sooner that I get it done, the better. And that's all my WIPs. So now I have a little bit of haul and some plans, and then I will give you all a little life update. So if you don't want to see anything else, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. If not, here's some haul. First thing that I ordered was more of the floss drops that I like from Amazon. They're, let's see if I can grab a project that has them in it. No, this one has, I think, yeah. So they're these shaped floss drops. And I like them because they also come with the wire floss rings, which I bought a bunch of like the binder rings, and then I started using them, and I was like, I don't really like these that much. They're so stiff, and when you put too many flosses on them, they start to hang out weird, and I don't like that. So the wire ones are awesome because they bend more and work with the floss drops that are on the ring. So these are awesome. I love them. I bought 200 so that, you know, if I decide to have a bunch of projects kitted at once, I have floss drops to do it. The next little bit that I have to show you is from Abby at Top Knot Stitcher Shop. I ordered the limited edition and new colors from the Gentle Art. Hold on one second while I open this plastic. Alright, so I ordered well, first of all, the set of new colors all came together in a set of 4. So this is Permanent Collection Ohio Sky. Habanero is also in the Permanent Collection now. And then there were 2 limited edition colors. This is Acai, or Acai, however you pronounce it. I'm never sure, but I'm going to say Acai because that's what I say in my day-to-day life. And this is Jasper. And I love both these colors so much. So I bought an additional skein of each. Since they are limited edition, once these are gone, they're gone. And if I decide I want to use them for a project, I don't want to use all of it up. So those are the 6 skeins that I bought from Abby. And then when I placed my order for Enchanted Realms from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, I bought an additional chart, which looks like this. It's called Made to Create. And I bought that one. I bought its matching needle minder. And they were having a buy 3 get some amount of % off, I think. Here, I can take it out of the packaging. So I did end up buying 3 needle minders. There's what this one looks like. You already saw the dragon that is on my Enchanted Realm style. So I picked out two others. This is this cute little sun. I'm gonna put this one on Cosmic Lover. And the third is this cute little bee in the center that says "Be kind." And that's what I bought from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Alright. Then I bought the spring issue of JCS Magazine. I've already flipped through and tagged some of the projects that I know I want to work on. One in particular is, let's see, this one is called He Is Risen by Lucy Lowe of Lucy Lowe Designs. And I am going to sell this with Megan, Georgia Girl Stitching. We're going to start on Good Friday in March. So if anyone has this issue of the magazine and want to join us, go ahead and tag us on Instagram and let us know. So I'm excited to stitch on this one. Alright, and now, actually, before I do that, I bought two patterns from Autumn Lane Stitchery. They're both PDFs. So I bought Lovebirds, and this is the unofficial, official SAL for one of the SALs for the Queen City Stitch Retreat in October. So I will be starting this sometime before then. We'll see when that happens. I have so many plans for each month that it'll be a start sometime. And I also bought the Lunar Witch, and I've been eyeing this one for quite some time. I think it's beautiful. It's so fun. And now we'll just have to decide when to stitch it. So those were the two patterns I bought. Now we can talk about fabric. So I joined 3 different fabric clubs at the end of December. I love all of them. It's kind of feeling like a lot of fabric all coming at once, but it's all beautiful and I'm trying to build my fabric stash, so it's fine. First one I'm going to show to you is from Sarah of Millenial Fabrics. I'm going to tag her down below because she also has a Flosstube. And she's been dyeing fabric for the last year, and I am obsessed with this color. This is the January color. It's called Mystic Rain. And I get a fat quarter of 18 count. It is absolutely stunning. I can't even really show you all how beautiful this fabric is. It is such a beautiful sky blue, mottled, oh my gosh, I can't get over it. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm so excited to be in this club. So that is fabric number 1. Fabric number 2 is January from BeStitchMe. I am in the Alternating Colors and Neutrals Club, And I get 36 count, fat quarter. And this month is called Dusty Cottage. I don't have very many neutrals in my stash, and this one is beautiful. It's kind of a pinky neutral, which I love. So that's BeStitchMe. And the last fabric club that I'm in is Fiberlicious Fibers. This is January's color. It's called Glimmering Dreams. I also get 36 count fat quarter. No idea what I'm going to put on any of these fabrics. Actually, I take that back. Mystic Rain, I know what I'm doing with. I will share that in plans in just a second. Come on. Alright. And that's all of the stuff that I purchased in the last couple of weeks, or that have come in the last couple of weeks. Now we're going to talk some plans. So for the rest of the month, I have 2 more planned starts, one on the 13th and one on the 14th. The start that I have planned on the 13th is part of the Fab 4 fan sal, which is hosted by Stephanie of Cross Stitch the Globe, and I don't remember who she's hosting with. I apologize. I will look it up. Their name will be here and linked down below. And I've decided to do Octopus's Garden by Blackbird Designs. And I am stitching it on a 38 count. This fabric is called Vermeer Blue. It's by Access Commodities, and I'm using the DMC conversion. I'm really excited to start this one on the 13th, which is the anniversary of the release of Strawberry Fields Forever, which is the pattern that Stephanie is going to be starting and working on. But basically they said take any of the magical mystery patterns from Blackbird and we're going to stitch it using that hashtag. So I'm excited to start that with them. And then on the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, I'm going to start a Modern Folk Embroidery Quaker sampler, and it looks like this. It's the Quaker of Hearts. And I'm going to stitch mine on, what is this? 36 count Winter Moon. And I'm going to use I don't remember if this is Classic Colorworks or Gentle Art, but this is Ribbon Red. Because I didn't write down on my card what this is. But yeah, this will be my first red sampler, which I'm excited about. And I think my first Quaker too. Lots of firsts with this project, so I'm excited to customize it with my husband and I's wedding date. So that will go on that one. And let's see, any other plans that I can think of? No, I don't think so. Just going to put some more focus into my No Time Like the Present. I'm going to try and catch that one up a little bit more, maybe put in, you know, another couple, you know, blocks and get that section that I started finished. And then, gonna finish kitting up a couple of projects that I have slated for March so that I don't have to worry about them. And 17th, I'm gonna work on Cosmic Lover. And I think that's about it for plans and stuff. So I'm gonna just give you guys a little life update. Biggest news, we got a dog. She is currently she's 3 months old. She's a Shih Tzu puppy. Her name is Brie, like the cheese. And we love her, but she is taking up a good chunk of my stitching time. Most of the projects that I worked on got progress before she came home, so we'll see going forward how much I actually get done while having to take her out multiple times a day and making sure that she's played with, and you know, energy is run out and stuff. So that is that. And I've also started looking for a job. So if I hear back I applied to both Joanne and Michael's. So if I hear back from either of those in the next couple of weeks, I might be starting work, and that'll also eat into some of my stitching time. So we'll see what the next update that I give you looks like. But for right now, that's all I have to share with y'all, and I super appreciate everyone who stuck around this long. Leave me a comment, let me know what you're working on for the rest of February, and if you liked what you saw in this video, consider liking it, subscribing so that you get notified every time I post. And I so appreciate all of y'all that have come by and hung out with me for these videos. I'm really enjoying sharing what I'm working on with you. So until the next update that I have for you guys, enjoy and happy stitching. Bye.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again.